So, I've been working on writing short stories in poem form. This was the first one that I actually really put together like a real story. Other ones were just kind of there for ideas, but this was the first one I officially wrote. So, it's called Little Black Cat, and it's all in here, all in my notebook. So, just to let you know, I'm going to be looking down the whole time, but I'll be trying to look up and down. I'm not really good at speeches, but thought I'd read y'all my poem. Hope you like it. Little Black Cat. Little black cat outside of my window, watching me while I play the piano. I sure am always alone though. No one, I mean no one, ever listens to the songs I've wrote. Always alone. So Little Black Cat chose to come back. Second day. For some odd reason, I feel that. When I look at this cat, love just runs through my bones and down my back. So the third day comes, and so does that little black cat. I mean, what if this little black cat could speak? I could hear all his dark stories of living in the streets. I would be able to relate to that because it's where I used to be. But why did it choose my window to stay? Wondering if maybe the cat's just wanting to play. Also wondering why it still stays. Why my window? Why the songs that I wrote? But most importantly, why do I no longer feel alone? I've been wanting to let him in for a while now, but that is just something that my apartment doesn't allow. So a week has passed now, and it's raining. The cat still outside my window gives a brief meow, one with a blue tone, so I go in the bathroom to get a towel. I reach out my window and wrap it around the cat, figure I could keep him till the rain calms down. Once the cat is inside and dried off, I notice a birthmark that looks like a heart, upside down. It was on the cat's lower back, just like my brother, who has passed. He had the same mark, about a crown's length above his ass. Sad to say, the breath he took hanging from a weeping willow was his last. Man, does this cat remind me of the past. So my brother lived with me. He would go in on the rent. It really weighs heavy on me. I've never cleaned his room, so it's the same blankets, same sheets. Cat has been scratching at his door for hours, so I let him in to see. He hopped straight to the bed. Not gonna lie, these things are really starting to get to me. So this cat has the same birthmark, and the first room it went to was my brother's, and it went straight under the covers. And in my brother's room, there's a window. Outside that window is a weeping willow. On a rope hanging from that tree, my brother swung to and fro. And at that tree, the cat was staring hard, sitting in my brother's window. I cannot keep him here. I'm scared to put him back outside, because what if he disappears? Getting kicked out of my apartment is also my biggest fear, though. I really feel a connection with this cat. I feel like God's telling me I have to keep him here. I'm packing my things. I mean, it's time for a change. I need a different place, one that will let pets stay. Keep in mind, put the cat back outside, while I find an apartment that will let it inside. So I found a new place, so I went and bought a cage. I went to the window, and the cat had a big smile on its face. So I put him in the cage, and I take him to the new place. As soon as we arrive, I open the cage. So we go inside, but the cat just darts and hides. All I can do is just wonder why. No matter how hard I tried, the cat I could not find. Until I turned around to see that he was behind me. Man, I swear that cat has my brother's eyes. When I noticed that, I couldn't help but cry. It ain't him. I know it. I know it's not him. He died. So I really needed to clear my mind, so I left to go for a ride. My only visions are that cat and my brother who died. So I'm stopped at a stoplight. I'm in the lane to take a right. As soon as I turn, my house is now in sight. Next thing you know, voila, I have arrived. Then I get out of my brother's old truck and walk inside. Oh, you best believe I saw a very heart-wrenching sight. The cat is on the floor as if it has died. So I walk around the corner where the couch is now in sight. In front of that couch, sad to say, that cat died. But I was so focused on that cat, I didn't even notice the couch. And there sat my brother, who also died. While I broke down and cried, stuttering 2 words, I said, how and why? So then he replied, this cat gave me the energy to see you. I used this cat's energy to find you. I am the cat that follows you. The cat is just something to remind you of what I am fixing to tell you. I did all of this because I never got to say that I love you. So as soon as I reach the hug and he disappears, now I'm left with the burial of a cat to remember him? Well, thanks, dude. So I grab the cat, and this time I take my car. I put him in the back. When I hop in the car, I drive off without looking back. After I arrived underneath the willow where he tied the rope, I sat down and I moped. I shall bury the cat under this willow. So I stood up as I cried. My car I stand beside. I walk around the side, and once behind the car, whew, I sighed. Opened it, scared to see what is inside, even though I already know what's inside. I mean, it's not like there's anything to hide. As soon as I opened it, yet again I started to cry. I just cried. For today it'd probably be the 100th time that I've cried and cried and cried. But you think you know why. What you didn't know is that I cried with a smile so bright. Why? To my surprise, that cat was alive. No, that cat died. He was dead. But when I opened that trunk, that cat was alive. So happy there was a hurricane in my eyes. But it has the biggest rainbow in the skies. I'm in shock, so surprised that little black cat is still alive. Then I realized I haven't gave a name to this little guy. You know what? I will call him Memory, because of the memories he has brought to me. The most important thing is the last words that he never said to me. The words I will now tell him every morning. He's not my brother, but he is the closest thing. He is a memory of how my brother loves me. So I'm soaked with tears of joy. I go to the store to get the cat some toys, 'cause he sure is a playful little boy. So we leave while our hearts are covered in joy, like summer break as a little boy. Yet again we have arrived. At the house we have arrived. So I open the door for a great surprise. Staring back at me, a cat with puzzled green eyes. Eyes that look just like my mother's, who also died.